Hello, and welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
About this. I don't like it.
That's just the sad dad way. You just got to roll with it.
I feel like there's a lot to be said about the sad dad way,
Yeah.
especially at this moment in time.
So, hey, if you're a YouTube watcher, hey, welcome to Sad Dads Club podcast.
I'm Jim.
Episode 152.
Yeah.
See? Fuck it.
We're out of sync tonight, and
I'm the Lord Foo.
it's going to be one of those things, and I'm Jim.
I'm the clapping ass.
You have the clap?
No.
Oh.
I'm clapping ass. It's one of those terms the kids use now.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a meme. Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Hey,
this is how it's going to be tonight.
this is how. Yeah.
if
fuck
you're,
it.
If you're a watcher of the YouTube videos, you're just going to see
Green lights
lots of video frames.
and
But looks like about every 15 seconds. And then maybe it will
comes
come
back in.
It'll come back in and you'll see video. And
Right. If you have 3D glasses, that won't do anything. But hey, you have 3D glasses.
And even if you're watching it on a TV that has 3D, did anyone buy any of those?
no, but
It won't make any difference
right.
whatsoever.
However, if you do have a Samsung 4K UHD TV, 60 inches or larger, also won't make a difference.
No,
But
won't help.
you have a nice TV, I bet.
Also,
I bet you're happy.
yeah, if you have a plasma, one of those old school plasmas that weigh a ton,
Yeah.
it's not going to help.
No, but it'll look green.
Yeah.
And then back to me.
No, it won't be green. It'll go to
What?
It'll have the LOV loss of video frame.
Oh, it does like
with the bars.
the yeah.
Yeah, the
okay.
bars.
Like the RGB white black bars.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll have bars and it'll say loss of video. If you see that, it's not because
Well, that's not as bad as what we see. We see the whole green shutter.
But if you're seeing the loss of video frame,
While you're watching the YouTube
it's not
episode.
because Jason got pissed and left.
Right.
It's because
Or I'm up and pissing.
yeah, none of those. Or being pissed on.
Although, have you seen, I mean, it could be. Have you seen my water jug?
Oh, damn.
It's like a big chug from Fortnite type of shit.
But if you see that, it's because the camera, there it goes again.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
I'm still here.
You couldn't see what he was saying.
Or my jug. You can see my jugs.
It's because the camera that we have that is facing Foo is having technical difficulties.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what we do, it is having technical difficulties.
Right. And if you're from our generation of video gamings, we've tried the Nintendo, blow on. We've, press up, down, up, and then long press, and then back down.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Although we did get a Tetris thing for a bit, so don't ask us how that got coded in. It wasn't me.
Now, I will say this. I know a guy. So given that, we'll get that taken care of.
Right.
Hopefully sooner than later. But we've been dealing with this for a little while, and tonight it is especially bad.
Right. It's not even like hot. It's not really
I
hot.
think it might be the smoke.
It could, yeah,
We got a lot of smoke going on, and maybe that camera's like, oh, I don't like it.
It fucks up with my asthma.
I can't breathe.
I got the COVID and the asthma.
I can't record and wear a mask
Yeah.
and have the kind of smoke we got at the same time.
I'm one of those non-masker cameras, and I can't be oppressed.
My lens, my choice.
My lens, my choice. Fuck. These are my images, and I'll do as I please.
You may not get one, and that's part of the deal.
Yeah, goddamn liberty.
Freedom of choice, bitch.
God, fuck off. I'm still here.
You're visually not there, but you're, the sad part of this is the worst looking guy has the camera on him the whole time.
Yeah, if you saw how pink he was about 5 minutes ago.
God damn. So anyway,
So
we apologize for that, but we don't have an alternative at the moment.
yeah,
Later food.
I'm gone.
But
Smoke bomb.
we fully empathize,
Yeah.
but also can't do anything about it right
I
now.
don't see the 10 of you that are watching the YouTube episodes aren't bitching about it anyway. You just be glad we're not filming this shit on GoPros, okay? Because no one would watch hour and 10 minutes of fisheye. Fuck off.
We actually did do that at one time.
Yeah, we had like a Scion, a GoPro, and a Canon.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Gosh.
you'd be better off staring at a
I mean, if
a
I
whiteboard with a swirly on it.
if I had thought about it, I could have brought the Scion, and it would have worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then if you had your Samsung 4K, it would have looked really nice.
Well, at least in that one
section.
section.
On that one section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we could have done that, I guess. Maybe if I can't get to the office to get this guy replaced next week, I will bring my Scion in and we will use that.
Right.
But the negative part about that is it has a wide lens and no zoom.
Yeah, shotgun to kill a mosquito.
So we'll yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll put it in real close to your face.
yeah.
Almost.
And you'll see all the pores.
Yeah. So, but you'll have solid video the whole time.
Yeah.
It won't be flicking out.
And an 8 terabyte fucking file to work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the sad dad way, right? You just kind of got to roll with it. If we were to let this destroy us, it would be a hell of a day. So yeah, the story with so I went in to get a basketball.
Yeah. What?
They were on sale.
Okay.
And
how good of a sale?
So this is a water jug.
It's like a 32
64 ounce.
64.
And insulated.
It is bigger than a big gulp.
So what I've been doing since we had started getting back into physical activity.
You're making me feel small now.
Insignificant, yeah.
Because this is only
inadequate.
Like 24 ounces.
Yeah, 64. Drink more water, Mike. Hashtag Hey Zombie.
Yeah, more water. It's not uncommon for me to be sitting here at the show and I only put maybe half ice in here.
Yeah.
To like drink it all.
Yeah. I think the hydro flasks are just better thermally than this is.
I don't know about that. I'm very disappointed in how this performs as far as keeping things cold.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
But if you only can drink half the water because you're only left with ice, then isn't that doing its job? Because it's keeping the ice?
What I'm talking about is like longevity of the ice. Or if it's in a warm car, it will melt pretty fast.
Really?
Yeah, it's disappointing.
That's actually kind of...
Maybe because it's black. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's still...
If you need to see what I'm talking about. It still has
the
original...
camera that works, by the way?
The original label on it that my kids and my wife seem to hate that I still have this on here. It gets removed, and then I wash it, and then I put it back on just to make everybody unhappy.
Uh-huh.
So, but you got your giant... 16-gallon
consuming
drum.
more water, and I keep using we make lemonade, like the concentrate lemonades, or like punches or sun tea,
okay,
in like pitchers,
yeah.
And I keep walking around. I'd fill it up with ice and water. Obviously, pitchers are with like a little cap nozzle on it,
right?
So they're not insulated. So I would, and we're in 100-degree weather. So I put ice in this, I put water in it, and then it condensates all over my desk because it's not insulated, and then the water's warm. So it's like,
yeah.
And so I'm consuming it, but it's just kind of like it leaves a mess everywhere I go. So I went to go get a basketball.
Okay, so that's a data point.
We've started getting more active.
I went to go get a jock strap.
Right, and a dental.
They didn't have my size.
And a mouthpiece.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Those go together?
Yeah, sure. if you got a anyway, yeah, it could. In my house,
for some reason, I'm thinking of Revenge of the Nerds right now, and I don't know why.
when he goes down on her with the Darth Vader mask?
Yeah,
sure.
And the hot stuff in the jocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to go get a basketball, and these were there, and I went. It was like one of those things I didn't realize I
At
probably
Dick's?
could have. Yeah, Dick's. I went to Dick's to get some
Okay.
balls and a mouthpiece.
Why Dick's?
Because they fucking sports chalet shit the bed and left. Yeah, why Dick's? I hope Dick is.
Sport Chalet was my favorite.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would. Well, now I'm old and mature, so I can just buy. And I can just say Dick's, and I'm not
It
really.
doesn't matter.
I'm not
I
offended.
still chuckle. Sorry.
Yeah, fuck it. 69 jokes for 20 jokes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. My house?
Yeah.
And happened to pass by, and I realized, fuck, a thing that I could solve a problem with the pitchers and buy a thermos that was 64 ounces. Like, absolutely, done. It was on sale. I don't remember the price, but it was on sale, and they had a shit ton of them, a whole bunch of colors. And plus, it just like, yeah, I'm going to be more fit. It's got the fucking like handle on the side.
So you can run with it?
Yeah, so I could probably run with a 64 ounce. I mean, it's got little hooks on it, like a fucking vampire, so you can like hook it on your desk, and it'll hang.
Desk or on like the center bar of your bike?
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
damn.
handlebars. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So or your neck,
What brand is that?
Under Armour,
Oh, okay.
and it keeps it cool.
So it stays cold for pretty long?
It stays cold. Like it melts the ice, but the water stays colder by far. Now, is it Hydro Flask cold and ice through the night? No, but I am left with cold water in the morning,
Yeah.
and that's what I do. So then it's like there's no ice, and then I can chug it. Anyway.
I had found on the YouTubes at one point, a dude had done a Hydro Flask versus some other brand, and it was like a brand no one's ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And the other brand kicked the Hydro Flask's ass at all the tests that he did.
Really?
And now I need to find this video to find out what it was,
Yeah.
because I feel like I like the Hydro Flasks. I like the form factor of this one. I love that it has the flip top.
Yeah.
It's actually for coffee, right?
Right.
But I love this because it's easy to use. But it just doesn't keep things as cold
That's
as
so
I'd
weird
like.
because I just have like a God, it's maybe 20. It's over 16 ounces. It's just like a double insulated Hydro Flask cup, like a larger profile.
Yeah.
And I will put ice and like a seltzer water in that. I have overnight left that on my desk, and the ice will melt, but that thing is ice cold in the morning.
Does it have a lid?
No.
Oh.
So it's weird that something like that wouldn't hold. Now maybe the insulation and thickness on some of the cups is
don't know.
greater or more efficient,
Maybe.
but it has no top, and I can sip that thing in the morning after putting ice and a drink in it before midnight, not finish it, and it will be ice cold in the morning.
Now, you said you had extra. You gave me that Mighty Car Mods. It's similar to this.
Oh, I don't know if they're insulated.
It's an insulated one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna test. I'll get that. I
I'd
haven't
like to
used it
see.
yet. Haven't used it yet, but I'll get it washed up and give it a try. And maybe what I'll do for the science, because we always like to do this kind of shit, is I'll fill them up with the same. I think they're basically the same size. They look like they're both 24 ounce.
Probably. I think the lid might be throwing me off. I think the Mighty Car Mods lid
It has
is
like
just like a knob turn, not
yeah.
a flippy.
I mean, they're similar, but
Yeah.
they're not the same. But I'll put the same amount of ice and water in them, and then check them.
Yeah, you'd have to count cubes because if a
I can do
cube went cockeyed,
That's what she said.
right?
Well,
And
I mean,
it stares at you.
I have the ability to count ice cubes. My wife knows how to count.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's good.
yeah. She also amazed me today with, she was reading something,
Wow.
and I was like, damn,
Wow.
you're the jack of all the trades,
You know, Dr. Seuss
counting
is a hell of a dude,
and
and I'm
reading.
happy for you.
So, but I'm going to give that a whirl because I'd like to see how it performs against this.
Right. Well, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I just figured it was.
Did you have another one, or are you just saying that?
No, I do, but I up until probably up until like the last month or so.
Yeah.
I'm happy with a Hydro Flask cup.
Yeah.
I don't really thermos much, and it wasn't until I started using the pitchers and trying to intake more water that doing it a cup at a time was becoming problematic. As much as I enjoyed like getting up out of my desk and taking a break, a lot shorter, it was like too much. Like I'd be out of water and I'd be like, "Fuck."
Well, I'm the kind of person that will I'm thirsty. I need to drink some water, and I have a glass that I just have out, and I'll just go and I don't even put ice in it. I just fill it up with 8 or 9 because our fridge counts the number of ounces that it pours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll fill it up with 8 or 9 ounces of water, and then I'll just chug it. And then I'll put the glass back. So I do that fairly often, although it seems like recently not as much for some reason. But that's a common theme for me is just to go and then pound it.
Pound it and then walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm far enough. Well, one, I don't have a fancy fridge like you do.
You said you needed a new one.
Yeah, it's on the list.
I will say, from our fridge's standpoint, that's one of the things I do like about it, is it has this automatic filler. You can just put a cup there and say, I want 10 ounces, and then hit fill, and it'll pour 10 ounces in it. Or you can actually press the little pad, and it'll tell you how much it's filling.
Yeah.
And then you can put cups or ounces, or something else. As a
liters?
I don't
know, because that's a lot.
Yeah,
cups. Seems like cups and ounces of what milliliters. Even smaller?
No, I don't think it's any metric. I forget what the other one, but it's got 3 options you can set on what it's measuring.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say, so if you're cooking, you can just put a pot under there and say, I want a cup of water, and it will fill up a cup. And it's pretty cool. That's one of the functions of that fridge that we really enjoy. So if it's not the camera going out, you're smashing mosquitoes.
Now that it's not so hot, the mosquitoes are back in. Fucking mosquitoes. There's no water. Where are you breeding?
Yeah, for real.
Fucking
for real.
Piss me off. So I meant to say something because we left last week I got a story.
Oh yeah, you have a story from last week.
But I have something that was really funny because it didn't hit me until today, because I had kind of touched on Xander getting busted for something.
Yeah, he got busted for his phone or something, right?
Right. So he was in trouble the week where I fixed his phone.
Yeah, he's busted because he doesn't use too much data or texting.
Right. So it was Friday. He come home Friday. The first thing the kids do is their homework, right? You mandate homework. You don't get on or don't do anything, goof off. You get your homework done.
That's bullshit.
Friday, it's even Fridays. I'm like, do your homework so you don't have to worry about it. And if you have to do studying for something on Sunday, then you could do that then. Or if you have to study Saturday and Sunday, do that then. But you do your homework.
Or the belt comes out.
Right. Right. Do your homework. Just do your homework. You get it done and over with.
Right.
So he goes into his room. He supposedly does his homework. The weekend goes past. If he's finished his homework, relatively speaking, I would like to see more chores being done without having to be. But he entertained himself, was out of sight, out of mind. Sunday evening, tucking kids in. Did you have any homework? Did you get your homework done? Yeah, you got my homework done. Yeah. And then, absolutely. All right, well, good night. See you in the morning.
Oh, no.
Monday lunchtime-ish, Venus comes in and she shows me that he had missed a homework assignment.
Yeah.
Bad grade. And all it says is, did not attempt.
Murmur.
And so me, actually having not even 12 hours ago, asked him, do you have any homework? Did you get your homework done? Yeah, got it all done. So, super pissed.
Yeah.
Super pissed. And plus the grade and the response from whatever the email warning was did not attempt. So it had turned out,
Xander.
right. So this is the dog ate my homework thing. So it turned out that on Friday, he, it's digital online learning, right? Bye. I'll catch you in a second. And maybe. Hey, and we're back. All right. Does it come back that fast?
Yeah, it should be pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the story we got was he clicked the email or the link or whatever it was, and the link didn't work. So, link didn't work. Yeah.
I can't do it if
right.
the link doesn't work.
Right. And so I think Venus had told me that in passing. And
was it because your internet was down?
Right. So that teed me off. Like, absolutely just teed me off. Because here's the thing.
I'm dying right now.
As I told him, I said, I said, I can do more from my watch than most people in this county can probably do on a computer.
Right.
I said, so for you to claim that something on a computer didn't work and for me to not know about it is almost offensive to me. Because if ever there's a technical problem in anyone's house that I know of, this is the house to have it, because chances are I can fix it.
Right.
Like, so that I'm not made aware of it is like a slap in the face to me. I said,
because he clicked the link and it didn't work, and he didn't come and go, this link doesn't work.
Right.
Right.
And now, to be fair, Xfinity a couple times has had burps.
Well, maybe, hold on. Maybe he could have hotspotted his phone that he just had new data on.
Right, but it was, yeah, right. I mean, the solutions are abound here.
Right.
But I was not made aware.
Yeah.
And so I said, that can't happen. If you have a technical problem, come to me and we'll work through it. And if it turns out that it's a school problem, then we'll make sure that you're
covered
and enforced. Like, hey, even my parents tried it. It wasn't us. We tried alternate forms of internet, tethering, hotspots, blah, 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 didn't work. Can someone please look at it? And then we probably would have also followed up over the course of the weekend to remind you to try again.
Right.
Which didn't happen. He was like, click, link, one and done.
Fuck it.
It's over.
It's
broken forever. I don't have to do this one.
Yeah.
So there's that lesson. So that I'm on the chip about that too. And then I said, and part of the disclosure to him, I said, that doesn't work anymore. I said that would have worked in probably the late 2000s, but I said we literally just came out of 2020 where the bulk of these things were all piloted and like deep into the pool, like run all the tests.
Yeah.
And the teachers got shotgunned with all the possible responses, and certainly probably infrastructure issues on school district sides. Public education, 2 thumbs up, yay, bye, see you in a minute. So the teachers have been used to this. Yeah. Some of these things are on infrastructure on that side. Some are on the parents and home side of the kids, absolutely. But we literally did this for an entire year plus some. And so a lot of these things are shaken out.
Right.
So for you to then insta-jib throwback, the link didn't work, and I'm not going to bother to fucking try again. I said, that's
or say anything.
Right. Or say anything. Yeah. That's like us at our generation who was already on the bleeding edge of the dog ate my homework.
Yeah.
Like, no one's buying it. It's a meme at this point. So the dog ate my homework for my generation is yours. The link didn't work. No one is going to buy it anymore, especially after 2020. Don't think anyone's going to buy it. And in this house, if you don't tell me so that I can help you work through it,
it's on you.
Let's just say let's not run into this one again, because super pissed. Okay. I'm like, I can't believe you literally just went one click, didn't work, fucking nope, and then Roblox the rest of the weekend.
That's like when you were in college, and like if there was that unwritten rule of like if the professor / teacher doesn't show up in the first 10 minutes of class,
oh yeah,
you were just out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, well, I showed up. I'm out.
Yeah, I was here.
They didn't show up. You
first
weren't
10
here.
minutes. You didn't call roll, so I bounced.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah.
We literally passed in the hall. Fuck, dude, 10 minutes, man. 10:01, I was out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the backstory, and I thought it was funny because there was the whole dog ate my homework. The link didn't work. The next generation is the link didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one is fucking buying that, dude.
Well, I mean, it's very possible that whatever the link didn't work could have just been that thing being down for
that
maintenance.
Absolutely. But he should know better to like,
and
I'll
you
try
say
again
something
in
like,
an hour.
hey, I tried to do this assignment, but the link didn't work.
Right.
And then I'll try it again in a little bit.
And the
or
funny
tomorrow.
thing was, I think, so today's Wednesday, last week, maybe Thursday, he got an assignment that required like a PDF, a Chrome PDF extension, like manipulators that you can edit on top of PDFs that his Chromebook has, that his laptop that he uses his school login to do didn't have it on it. And he's like, I can't do this thing. And I went, here we go. This is the,
Yeah.
See, now it's over there by you. Oh, there
What
on
is it?
your
Skeeter?
left elbow. He's down there, over there, right hand side. Oh, he's flipping away at your bike.
Got him.
Hey, fuck you.
Fucking bitch.
So, I'm like, oh, this is like reality manifest. Wow.
Another one?
Yeah. Reality manifest. So we worked through it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the plugin called? Well, do you know how? No, I don't know how to install it. I'm like, okay, so Chrome source with it, search it, found it, plugged it in, out, reload your page, pull up your homework assignment again. It's not loading. I mean, it was like 10 minutes, but we worked through it, and he was good to go.
Right.
I'm like, this is exactly right. Nothing is really all that big, especially if they're enabling these things for the district as a whole. Like, it's okay. We'll work through it.
Right.
Not that big of a problem.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that would have been something we would have saw Chandler do. Like
just once.
Yeah.
No, it's not me. It's you.
It doesn't work. I tried. It's it. I mean, I feel that. I also see it from his standpoint, like, oh, that's something I don't have to do.
Sweet, I'm done. I mean, I tried the homework, but
I totally see that. Like,
yeah.
I would have been like, that would have been me.
Like, your first priority can't be like, well, it's broke, so I'm done. I don't need to try again. Like, that doesn't work that way. It does not work that way.
I mean, shit. I was the kind of student where it was like, I don't want to do this homework. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
So I would wait till the last fucking minute to get it done because I didn't want to do it.
I was the opposite, man. I did my sister's fucking homework.
Oh my God. Where were you when I needed you?
Doing my sister's homework.
Damn.
I'm just sorry at this point I didn't get to do my brother's homework because he probably would have loved me even more.
I was like in like spurts of productivity. Like I would be like, I'm doing it. And then I would do it for like a week or maybe 2 weeks. And then I would just be like, fuck it.
I'm bored.
Yeah, this is
dumb.
This is boring and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'd get hellfire rained on me and then I would be like, I'm doing it. Check it out.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But now I'm bored.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. I'd rather go skateboarding,
Yeah.
I'd rather go do anything.
Anything.
Insert
but
activity here.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Recopy stuff from the book.
Yeah, I feel it.
So here's my super story.
Oh, okay. The one that we missed.
The one that we missed.
Okay.
So I think 3 or so weeks back, Venus and I started running again because the general consensus was we both signed up for Urban Cow half marathon. Ooh, you swatted him, but you missed him. signed up for Urban Cow Half Marathon.
Yeah.
So we started training.
That's offensive to me.
We were kind of like a week. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not your body type. Don't worry about it. It's not offensive.
I'm not urban.
Yeah. No. We got our dates mixed up, but we were only a couple days off. But it all lines up, and we could have fudged it and made it work. But we both, I don't think either of us throughout certainly probably the bulk of 2020, I don't think we were running at all. I think once I finished my half marathon that I had tried and trained for, that was going to be the Shamrock, which was like a March, April thing. I think I did that virtually. And then I essentially took, outside of little activity things, I was not training for anything the rest of 2020. The marathon we pushed off because of COVID, and we didn't do the hot chocolate run because obviously COVID. And we've done somewhere in a couple things, we've done like virtual 5Ks, but I'm just kind of jogging those. I'm not really trying to bust my balls.
Right.
So Venus is same place, but Venus's physicality and mental vision for enjoying running requires a little bit more. Oh, see, now you're just instigating. It takes a little bit more. So we start training.
You want to know how to make a food disappear?
Smoke bomb. Jiggle, jiggle. We get like a week into it, and some of the gains or losses, and like the quick ramp ups, like, oh, you hurt the first couple days, and then you kind of break in, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
When you're burning extra calories, and we eat healthy-ish. We don't eat out a lot, but we're watching our diets and whatnot, our meal plans and portion controls and whatnot.
Keep talking.
So we
I'm gonna be getting
we're not seeing
You're good.
the typical loss stuff that we see once we start running that we had been. And I seem to be
Lost stuff is like as far as
like weight.
Okay.
Like weight, and like our quick adaptation to, we haven't run in a bit, but we've run daily for the last week and a half.
Yeah.
And we're not quite catching up to the times. Now, I am pacing her, right? So, and I'm coaching her for this run. So I'm not running at my pace. I'm running at her pace to help keep her motivated, and essentially at coaching and mentoring her. And we'll run at her pace.
Do you use a belt to get her motivated?
I wear really nice shorts. My ass is bait.
Do you get those, is it those leggings that have the ass shaping?
It's too hot to wear those, but I will if she'll chase it in a heartbeat, baby. And you know what a coach does, whatever needs is necessary.
Right.
So we're 2 weeks into it, and the motivation is because some of like the positive things that you would see in doing physical activity and exercising as aggressive as we jumped into weren't materializing. So there's a little bit of like a wall there. And
isn't that kind of common though in general?
I think it is.
Yeah.
But the reality that we started to come to grips with, I said, because it was even, and I'm not running at my pace, right? So I am, relative to me, this is cruise mode. So
you wouldn't necessarily even see that.
I wouldn't, but here's where it was catching up to me. My legs were feeling tired.
Okay.
Like they weren't like catching up. Now, I've probably got 10 to 15 extra pounds of like COVID weight on me. So I figured, I'm a little bit heavier and I'm going to have to take some, because I'm carrying more weight. I'm making the science work for why I was slightly feeling more tired in my legs than normal. But after the duration that we had been running, normally for me, that catches up and then I'm off and running.
Yeah.
It has occurred to me as we then kind of sat down and had this chat. I said, I don't feel old.
Fuck right off.
I don't feel
No.
old, but I said in this last year and a half,
Yeah.
and then jumping back into running, I
Yeah.
said, I can tell that some of the whatever my late bloomer thing that has pushed me into being
Where you were.
where I was
Yeah.
has started to wane. Like the quick ramp ups clearly is starting to whittle away. Now, I'm not saying I'm decrepit and I've got problems. I'm just saying I have in the last 3 weeks, I visually saw a change in my body's ability to, we're running again. We're going to tear some fibers and you feed me the vitamins and a good diet and we'll catch back up. That has gone down a notch or two to where I went, it's not the exercise or the intensity, it's that I've gotten older.
Yeah.
And it's the first time where it hit me, oh damn. Like, well, fuck, damn it. Right?
Well, it's interesting that you're talking about this because we went to Astoria on our trip. And there is a tower in Astoria. It's called the Astoria Column.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. I'm just this little side thing here.
Yeah, you go.
And
I need a break anyway. Go.
You buy little planes, little wooden planes.
Okay.
And then you put them together, and then you can climb up the fucking top of this tower and throw them off. It's really fun.
Oh.
They're like $1. It's like, why not? So the tower is circular staircase inside, all the way up to the top.
Okay.
It's pretty tall. I don't remember how many
Stories.
steps it is.
Oh, okay.
It's quite a few steps. It was. I don't do a lot of stair stuff, but man, it was tough, and especially wearing a mask because you're enclosed with a bunch of other people. So I'm wearing a mask and I'm breathing going up the steps.
Right.
Come do the thing. Right. Next day, I get up out of bed and my legs.
Oh yeah.
For like 2 days, my legs were dying.
Yeah.
And Shannon and Melanie were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, my legs from those stairs on the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 50, right? So it's like,
the stuff that you haven't used.
Yeah.
Like
it really,
in that way.
it really lets you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel that.
So we had gone, I think it was before we had both of us, I think we're kind of seeing that writing on the wall. And I think for her specifically, it was like thieving from her motivation. Like, I do this even though I don't necessarily like it because it helps me kind of shave off and dial back to get me some body positivity in herself, some self-esteem. It like rejuvenates.
But if it's going to zap her, if it's like,
right.
My age now is playing a factor, so it's like, why bother?
Right.
Yeah.
So she's facing motivation struggles, and I'm seeing the same thing. So it's getting. We then, I can't remember. I think we had probably been in it like a week and a half, and Piper had said something to Venus that got passed to me, and it was because we have the workout schedule, the running schedule, like blocked out all the way till October.
Yeah.
And Venus had come to me and she basically said that, hey, if Nick, Piper's boyfriend, wants to run with us, would I have a problem with that? And I said, absolutely not. Like, here's when we're going to run. This is the mileage we're going to run. If he wants to come out and Piper wants to come out, absolutely.
It's a free country.
Yeah, free cunch. Hashtag no pedo or whatever. I said, absolutely. I said, but he needs to know like 2 things. One, I'm not. We're not racing. I said, I am running for her being Venus.
Right.
I said, that's it. And we're trying to better ourselves, get the exercise in, and we have an end goal to be able to complete a half marathon. We don't go out here and measure dicks. I said, so if
Venus doesn't even.
If he's going to come out here and try and flex on me, ain't having it. I said, those are my ground rules. I said, come out and run. And the second thing she was worried about was that since we would be out, he would be isolated, and I would like confront him with like tough questions or like embarrass him or her or something, and be like, you would corner. Like no one wants to get cornered. And I'm like,
we're running.
Yeah. I said, and you can ask. I told Venus, I'm like, have I ever confronted you with anything while we're running? I'm like, running is a safe space for me. Running is a safe space for anyone that I'm with, because in this house, it's hard enough to get people to run with me.
Yeah.
So it's a safe space. If you go running with me and you don't want to say anything, or you want to shoot the shit, and you can do that at the pace that you're comfortable with, I'm down. If you want to headphone up and you just want to run and you want to chase my ass, I'm down. Hashtag I will. Venus does it just fine. And that's it.
Yeah.
Safe space.
Yeah.
I am not here to measure dicks. Right? So I said, no, I'm not going to get him out here and like, so what size condom, what brand do you use?
Trojans, man.
Right. And I'm not going to be asking you,
Right.
It's not going to happen. Safe space. And why would anybody think that I would do anything else beyond me? But apparently my daughter was afraid of it. So I think we got another week in, and he showed up to run Wednesday. Wednesday. It might have been a Tuesday or a Thursday. It was probably a Tuesday. And we ran 3 miles. Brutal honesty, my daughter bailed out before we hit 2, and that's totally fine. So my daughter didn't even finish.
Right.
She came home early. Running is not everyone's bag. There's no shame in that, but she didn't finish. She came home early. Nick continued to run with Venus and I. I don't know what our pace was, but he ran with us the whole time. I didn't necessarily expect it to be me telling him my life story about sports and high school thing, but we chatted the whole time.
Yeah.
Totally cordial. Had a good time.
Chit chat.
He ran the whole time. Now I'm super retentive about people running in beater shoes, though. And so I kind of ribbed him on that. Like, I can't have you out here running in shoes that look like I can see your fucking toes because they're bleeding out the side.
They're Pebbles shoes.
Right. He's like, I'm like, yeah, I get it. You're young. I was the other too. But listen, if you run in beat-ass shoes and you get, just get some shoes.
Yeah.
Get some shoes, kid. Super fun. I had no problems with it. You completed it. Good job. I don't know if he'd run that far before. I don't think it's a high school thing. I think he's not in cross country to my knowledge. Doesn't do track. But he did it. 0 problems. So, then Venus and I, we have this like come to Jesus moment about how she's kind of just like, about it. And I told her my perspective. I'm like, here's my thing. I said, to me, what I'm seeing is what I'd like to know is the gaps are getting too long between me exercising and things falling off. And if I just keep something going constantly, it doesn't have to be training for something uber, and I don't have to be training hard, but if I keep tossing stuff in, can I stave off the old kind of thing and maintain a pace? I said, or is it that game? And I said, here, my heart says I got stuff left in the tank. and I'm not ready to.
Dude, you're not that old.
I know. Well, here's the thing, and I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But the light is on, right? It's like, okay, and to be blind to it too. It's like I think you need to accept your limitations, and however you get to that space.
You've seen some of these people do like Iron Man, right?
Right. But that's not me. I am like,
I know, but I'm saying that there's like 60 and 70-year-old dudes who are doing that stuff. I mean, honestly, they're getting old. They definitely have challenges in their in their workouts.
So to me, proposing it to her is like, well, I think I'm going to keep going because one, I paid, and I'm not going to walk it off. But I said, if you're done, I'm okay with that, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
And then it was floated to me again that Nick may still be interested in doing it, like run a half marathon. And so I said, well, here's what I'm going to do. I pulled Piper in and I said, here's what I want you to ask Nick. I said, you ask Nick if he can commit to running a half marathon. If he says yes, I will continue my training to run it at the pace I want to run it at. If he says no, then I'm just going to keep running as if I was training casually for a half and just keep staying active so that I feel better about myself kind of thing. They're like, I'm going to keep running anyway, whatever. And so she went to Nick, and Nick basically said, yeah. And I went, well, fucking okay, here we go, game on. Like, fucking, I'm going to put this one. And then I got back, well, can he bring some friends? And I went,
to run, to like train?
To run. No,
to do the marathon or
to do the half,
okay.
to run the half. So he is proposing to bring friends to run it along with him as I do it as well.
Right.
So a bunch of young guys are going
They don't have to have your permission.
Right. And I'm like, well, really? Like, and
they can still sign up.
He's got a friend who's on the cross country team who's fast, who's like me, maybe minus, or not minus, but faster than me by maybe 20 seconds or so in high school. So fast.
Yeah.
So now it's like, well,
we're ratcheting this
so
up.
Here's what it's become. This is, to me, here's how I'm proposing this to myself. I then went, what's my fastest half marathon time?
Uh-huh.
And this would have been last 2020 March. I pushed it under 2 hours. I said, if I'm going to have, it's not a dick measuring contest, but
seems like it's turning into
but
that.
What I'm doing is, and I've kind of sort of like tried to hint at this with Will before, because I do most of my training because of social anxiety. There are tons of run clubs and whatnot around here, and I'm all for that. But for me, people I don't know, and I prefer to train by myself.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done it hard. I feel like I've done it with confidence. But if you don't have, trying to set an arbitrary time and pace without a rabbit to chase, it almost helps you try and like, well, I don't, you have nothing to really almost compete against.
Right.
Not dig measuring, but like compete against. Now, Will, I know, is way faster than I am. So it's like almost a bridge too far for me. But, and I don't think he wants to hurt my feelings by like actually trying to like do times. So, what I'm treating this as is I'm going to have a bunch of guys who should all kick my ass.
Yeah.
Running alongside me or past me. But I've accepted that I shouldn't beat anyone, but I am going to use it as motivation to beat my best time because I think I can. I think I've still got that in the tank, but it means not embarrassing myself in front of a bunch of young bucks. And there's a guy that should by all means like lap me kind of pace.
Right.
So I have created an old man versus young kids, like that football game. Inadvertently. That type of football game when you're at like a family reunion or a big Thanksgiving thing and the holidays, and all the dads are on the one football team and all the young bucks are on the other team.
And there's smack talk.
And the kids, the young bucks are throwing 20 yards farther, but the dads are just like nickel and dime, 5 yard, 10 yard, 5 yard, 10 yard. Man, I don't have to run for a touchdown right now. I don't need to. I'm just going to tink, 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 tink. But the young bucks run up the score because they can just throw 60-yard bombs kind of thing. I have made an event where I am going to leverage youth to hopefully show that I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That'll be interesting.
October 23rd.
You curious to know what happened to Chandler yesterday?
Yeah. Wait.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
So he's had gotten into RC car stuff, right?
Okay, you're right.
And so he's got this RC truck. It's pretty badass. Like that thing you can't even go full throttle on the street without the front end flipping over. It's that torquey.
Really?
Yeah, it catches a lot of it. It goes really. It's like I don't even know, 35 miles an hour easy. It's fast.
Okay.
So he's been playing around with it, and he charged up, got his batteries all charged up, and so last night he like headed on down to the park. He likes to take it down to the track and like rip it in the dirt, and, like try and find like the pitching mound. He'll
the
like,
pitcher's mound. Yeah.
jump off of that. So he goes down to the park and he's got his controller in his hand. He's walking through the grass, driving the truck, and all of a sudden he's like, "What the heck?" And he is like feeling some like stinging on his legs, and he's like thinking like a stick is poking him or something. So he looks down and there's yellow jackets are
ground hornets?
Yes.
Oh shit.
All over his legs, and they're biting him.
Oh boy.
And so he has his controller in his hand, and so he's trying to use the controller to whack him off of his legs, right?
Okay.
And when he does that, the controller goes flying but lands basically right on top of the fucking nest.
Oh shit. Murphy's Law. Wah wah.
And so I don't even notice it, but my phone rings because my shorts tend to be kind of loose when I'm like doing stuff, so I don't feel my phone a lot. So I don't even notice that my phone rings, but my wife answers the phone and it's Chandler, and he's like, "Do we have any wasp killer stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, in the garage." So I get this can. I'm waiting for someone to show up at my house. So I go, Shan's like, "I'll take the can down." And so they go down there, and through a series of Snapchats,
okay,
I get these videos. First is the controller sitting in the grass, literally being swarmed by like 20 or 30.
Wow.
All around it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then the next one is like them like yelling and laughing, and like they're spraying the shit all over the place to rescue this controller out of the grass that is falling on top of this nest.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was gnarly. But he ended up with like 5 bites all over his legs, and he ran down the track trying to get away from them until they were finally not pissed at him anymore.
Right.
And but he ended up with like 5 bites on his leg.
The track?
Yeah, at Bulljon.
Oh, Bulljon. Okay.
Yeah. So, funny shit. And I'm like, this is how stuff happens at my house.
Wow.
This is the life of Chandler. You know what I mean?
That is something. It's glad he's not allergic to bee stings.
No. Well, I mean, they're bites. I mean, they do.
Ground hornets are biting.
Yeah.
So not wasps, because wasps do sting.
Do they sting or do they bite? I always thought they bit. I thought the stingers were just bees.
No, I've been stung by a wasp.
Oh, I thought they bit. I don't know what the fuck they were, but aggressive.
He got
unhappy.
assaultificated.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Really funny though. And they ended up they came back to the house, and I was out front pulling weeds out of the front yard, and the controllers got like bug spray all over it, like running down the sides, and so they took him in and got him some cortisone and stuff to put on his legs.
That's dangerous, because if it was at the school,
the park, I don't know exactly where it was, but I just assumed it was like. There's a sidewalk that goes around the back of the park, like the farthest point from the school.
Right.
And I just assumed it was partway off of the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know exactly. It could have been in between like the baseball diamond and the football diamond. I don't know.
Shit.
I didn't ask him exactly where it was. If you were a kid and like just walking through with your backpack on, going home or whatever. Yeah. And then you
end up like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Dead like a...
I just thought that was funny.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. But he still has, even today, he's got a couple like real big, kind of like red, welty kind of things on his legs.
Right.
Gnarly.
Man. Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
This is how it works. This is the kind of stuff that happens to Chandler for some reason. We don't know why.
Is he, so room's clean? Is he back sleeping at home?
Off and on.
Off and on?
Yeah, for a while, since his new girlfriend, Nicole, they sort of trade off, like, where they...
On, off.
Yeah. He'll, like, sleep over at her house, and she'll come over and sleep at our house. They sort of switch. But, yeah, he's home.
So...
He feels a lot better. He was saying today he feels a lot better. He has his taste and his smell mostly back.
Man.
Yeah. It fucked him up. It fucked him up good.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
These people still fighting it. I don't understand.
It's, one of my coworkers that you know, I'm not going to name names, went to a music festival over the weekend.
Right.
And him and I just had this discussion last week on a call. We had a call for a work thing, and then we were talking about some stuff. And I was telling him the whole story about what happened to Chandler, and I'm like, music festival? He's like, yeah, I'm going to this music festival this weekend. He's like, it's a really small one. And I'm like, and he's vaccinated too.
Yeah. Well,
And him and his son went to the thing, and he said, it was pretty big open area. There were places where you could be away from people, which he tended to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was activity things that were happening at night, I guess. And he's like, I just retreated to bed. I didn't really partake in any of that stuff, but his son ended up getting it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had a COVID test and was negative, so he was happy to see that, but he was being very careful and cautious about going into the office.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's
no joke.
It's
man.
hard.
I don't
it seems like it's
understand.
worse now than it was before, because now it's like we're seeing more people.
Yeah.
More people that we know get it than it was before.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's worse than it was.
Yeah.
So
did you see this probably mid-year last year? This is COVID and tech related. Do you remember Razer? You might have seen it on, if you follow Gizmodo stuff or any like TechCrunch, Verge things.
I read a lot.
It was a mask that Razer was prototyping.
Yeah.
I think it was called Project Hazel, and it was like a mask that had N95 capable or caliber or better filters in it, but it had like RGB glow shit. So what did they call it? They just released what they decided to call it, and I'm drawing a blank. But I think last week, they announced that they were going to start sending out beta products of it for people to test.
Really?
Yeah. And I know a content creator that ended up with one, and he's basically like, it's cool as fuck and does all of the filtration shit that some of the actual cloth masks that aren't even doing. He's like, and it's the ultimate flex. He's like, you go somewhere, right? Who wouldn't want to? I would absolutely wear this fucking thing everywhere.
Now, I remember the crux of the thing was that it had that LCD screen. Is it, I forget what it does. Is it mimicking your mouth or something? Or what does it do?
No, this one wasn't that. It didn't do any of like the voice stuff. It just kind of was like a more, it had like a clear-ish acrylic mask with like the, steampunky pods that had RGB colors, and it went around had like a small harness doodad in the back as opposed to just like ear loops. So it was somewhere closer to like a painter's hazmat mask with like that you see like the big cartridge pods on the side. A little bit toned down and more techy so that you could like program it to do RGB shit. It looked like silicone fitting for people with like beards or facial hair and shit like that.
Does it have like built-in stuff for the screen?
I thought
do you
it
have
had
to
like
do
a
your
small
own?
fan. And you could change it. It was manual. Like you could change out the filters if that's what you mean. Like Razer Project Hazel.
I'm kind of trying to look it up right now.
I do mine.
Project Hazel.
And it turned into something. I can't remember what the name is now. But I was like, you could, they had like an email form to like sign up and be a beta tester. Like, fuck yeah, I'm going to fill this out. Like, if you want a guy that's vaccinated, that is mask, happy, I have no shame in wearing masks anywhere, especially in public. Absolutely. And will like gladly wear your product out in the wild and tell people if it helps people and encourages people to wear masks. Fuck, absolutely.
So it looks like it has some like clear acrylic so you can see your mouth.
Right.
But it also has LCD stuff around it, right? Is that what it's doing?
It might not be for like it might just be for like an RGB strip, but it wouldn't like light up the whole mouth.
Oh, okay.
Like a screen or something.
I think I saw another one that was.
There's a couple that are, but I think this was.
I see. So it has like RGB on the little filter
on
box.
The cups. Yeah,
I see. Oh, that's pretty interesting looking. It's probably really comfortable, I would hope, for probably how much they're going to charge for that. Huh.
Razer June.
The last one I can find is from 326 on Gizmodo.
Project Hazel. Damn it, this is an old thing too. Anyway. So I submitted for that because I was like, hey, why not? Shit, that'll be cool.
That's fun.
I'd love to get a mask and then like sport that out in a while.
Well, I think one of the benefits of just a regular cloth mask, and when we're talking about masks, is that they're pretty compact and don't get in the way. Like I tend to keep my masks like stuffed in the little slot of my door in my car.
Yeah.
So I can't. I don't know if I would have enough room or want to store something that's like,
something like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You would have to. You're intentionally like, I'm gonna grab this off the hooks, and I'm doing this. This is the last year and change has taught me the habits of women putting scrunchies on their gear shifts.
Yeah.
Like now I get it. It's like masks seem to aggregate around the gear shifts of all the manual cars because it's like, I just take it off my wrist because now I'm out of the store or out of the thing, and I'm holding it on my wrist. Now I'm going to put it, and it just migrates itself to the gear shift knob shaft, and it's always there. My wife is super on top of washing and rotating masks, but you won't find any of the cars without a mask folded somewhere or in a cup holder or around a gear shift knob.
I mean, that thing looks like it's supposed to have a case and stuff.
Yeah. You have to be wanting to socially flex your Project Hazel.
Let's go back to June real fast.
Okay.
Because here's an article on Gizmodo, and the headline is "This weird air filtering mask, air filtering face mask picked the worst possible time," and then it goes on to say, basically to the effect of like, well, it's cool that there's this mask, but who's going to pay for it when all of the shit's being lifted?
Oh,
now?
yeah.
And here we are
in
August, which
third
is
wave,
a couple short months later, and like it's
knee deep in the shit
it's
all over again.
Yeah, apparently it is still not. It's $150 though. Holy crap!
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not going to leave that on your shift knob.
No, this is a different one.
Oh.
And I don't know. It's kind of fugly.
No thanks.
And apparently the app is glitchy, so it's.
You don't want any part of that. The shit
No.
just needs to work. And if it's not going to glow the RGB coolness, I don't want any of that.
Yeah,
either.
this is something else. It's supposed to monitor air quality and stuff, and everyone's saying that the app is buggy.
Yeah.
So
No,
and then
you're safe.
right at the bottom of the article,
Also-
do we even need smart masks post pandemic?
Yeah, post-pandemic.
We're not there yet.
Famous last words, assholes.
We are not there yet.
I saw September. September they're slating certain classes of risk. People with risk
So you get their third.
are available for boosters.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Make them all get it. Everybody should be getting one, I think. I mean,
oh my God.
here's the interesting thing to me when we're talking about COVID and like no one the people that don't believe COVID's real or whatever, but the Delta variant's fucked up, and it's basically a whole nother. It's basically, I mean, they call it COVID Delta variant, but it is another virus altogether. It is not the same thing. They are almost totally different. That's the thing. It is that fucked up. That's what. And it's worse than the regular COVID that was going around. That
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
They say it's like chicken pox as far as its transmissibility. Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean,
God, if you've ever had chicken pox, you know how easy that stuff.
Hey, guess what? Never had it because I had a vaccine. Imagine that. I had the chicken pox vaccine and never had it.
I don't know if I have that because I got it twice.
Oh, you did chicken pox?
Yeah.
I thought once you got chicken pox, you couldn't get it again.
No, you can.
Really?
You can.
Damn.
It wasn't as bad. Like I can't remember where the scar is. I think it's under my chin of like where I scratched one,
Yeah.
and then it made like a small disc scar.
Yeah.
Can't stop scratching.
But it itches, man. Well, that's with mosquito bites.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about anyone else, but I may just be like allergic to mosquito bites, like more than normal people.
Yeah.
Because I get a bite and that motherfucker will itch for like a week or more. And it's there for like a week. And it's like, damn, that's
Really?
Yeah, it's brutal. Is that not the case for you?
No.
You get a bite and how long does it last?
I don't know. I mean, if it's annoying, I'm one of the guys that will like I slap it.
Oh yeah, I do that.
And then it's like done.
Or the 2 finger around it scratch. I do that one too.
Or the like make a crosshatch in it with your nail.
That seems to work.
I don't do it, but
Oh.
I just like slap on it
Yeah.
until it's no longer itchy, and then for me, that's it. The game's over. It's like,
Oh man, they just hang on for me.
really?
The little bump, you know what I mean? And they just are there for like a week. It's brutal.
Really?
And like I've even bought like the little, like a pen that has a little, like you can dab out stuff.
Yeah.
You put it on.
Yeah.
And
Like a calamine?
it's sort of like anti-itch stuff.
Okay.
Shit doesn't work.
No, I don't think it does.
It doesn't. Not for me. It didn't. It's like it doesn't matter.
Have you tried like gnawing on it? like an angry badger.
Just bite it out. Just go.
I don't wish you. We're at time.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of lead us into the next show though.
Okay.
So off show last week we started talking about your household watching the Star Wars saga.
Yes.
In order.
We just finished Return of the Jedi last night.
Okay.
So we're headed into new territory.
Okay.
Stuff I have not seen yet. And I'm fucking excited.
Are you?
Oh, hell yeah, I am. I'm excited for the stuff I haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Because there's whatever all the new movies are past that.
Yes.
I haven't seen yet.
Yes.
But I will say also that I hadn't seen Solo.
Okay. Yes.
And so far, my favorite Star Wars film to date.
Really?
Yes. That movie is so good. It is very well rounded. It speaks to things that I always wondered in my own mind about. Where the fuck did Han Solo come from?
Right. Yeah.
Where did the Millennium Falcon come from?
Yeah. Why does everyone treat this thing like so special? Like, what's so big deal about the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, and where did the Wookiee come from?
Yeah.
All of these questions. Now, I don't know where he got an
prison.
inkling.
Yeah.
He was in prison, but you also got an inkling of where he actually came from.
Right.
So, I mean, all of that stuff there, it answered so many questions, and it was a very well-balanced film.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I liked about it. Whereas the prequel movies,
oh, okay.
I mean, they're okay.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Solo, I'd watch over and over, and whatever the one after Solo
Rogue
was.
One.
Yeah, Rogue One was a good film too.
Yeah.
Both of those films are good, and it's really interesting watching them from episode 1 all the way through
in a time sequence.
Yeah. That's fascinating, and then kind of going and seeing the old film, the original Star Wars films,
mm-hmm.
in line with the new films.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's sort of like a travel back in time, but not really.
Right. Practical effects versus CGI.
Yeah,
and
all that.
All these things.
Really fascinating and also interesting. I mean, obviously we know how well done Star Wars is in general, but how well some of the stuff holds up and how some of the stuff doesn't hold up very well.
Yeah.
But that's fascinating to watch. But I'm excited because my wife would not watch Star Wars, and she watched them when she was a little kid. It scared her. So she's always had this mindset. And so my daughter was able to get her to commit to watching the film.
Do this with me, Mom.
And
right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, she would always say no. And so my daughter was able to get her to commit to watching them. And here we are. We're several movies down. We're basically watching
now
one
we've
a day.
let it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you, when I put it in the Discord, did you get at the end, like the post-credit scene in Solo, that was Darth Maul in the hologram talking?
Oh, did I miss something? Did I not watch? Do you have to watch through the credits?
I would watch through the credits.
Oh.
Well, yeah, then I just spoiled that.
No, I'll go back and rewatch it because I didn't see.
Yes, there's a scene with KiPRO.
Okay.
Right, the lady, the heroine-ish that leads then takes over the guild, communicating with.
Okay, and that's in Solo?
That's in the tail end of Solo.
Okay, so that's interesting that you talk about that because Marvel films are famous for this.
Yes.
Star Wars has never done it before, so we get to the credit sequence and it's like, it's over. So now
Solo is the only one that does that.
I'll go back to Solo. Well, I'll make sure that we go back to Solo and
fuck. Now I feel bad because I said it.
I'm
twice.
glad because now I had no idea that it was there. I would have no idea to sit and watch.
It's good to watch, credits. And then you can come to me next week, and I can explain to you what's going on there because that's not covered in the movies.
Yeah,
that's covered elsewhere.
Okay,
and it's really good.
All right,
it's worth your time.
Yeah,
trust me.
No.
What's also worth your time is.
I'm just bummed I didn't know it was there until now.
Returning the cart.
Yeah, don't forget to shave your face.
Wear the mask.
Wash your hands.
Wash your balls.
Wash your face.
Get the shot.
Do the kindness.
Ass. Hands. Wash your hands. Now we've
Did we
got...
not say it?
Yeah, I think we... Hands, face, shave, balls, wash, mask, cart, shot. Do the kindness. Now we got it.
And thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next week.
Night.
Bye.